Hello guys, welcome to another video and another Instagram art collab about My Hero Academia. The last time I participated in such a collab I drew Shigaraki, and I am very proud of this drawing, but lately I've been doing a lot of black and white drawings, and so this time I decided to do a colored drawing. The only problem is which character should I draw? Last time I drew Shigaraki, which is the main villain of the story, so this time it would be cool to draw the most iconic hero. And so, among hundreds of crazy good characters, the final choice came down to All Might. I struggled a bit to choose the reference because there are many wonderful scenes with All Might, but in the end I opted for the most iconic pose. Okay, at this point I chose what to draw, so let's start with the sketch. As usual, I started with a quite rough sketch, just to establish the proportions and the main shapes, and then I defined the details a little bit better. As always, I will draw most of the details and textures directly while inking, and at this point the sketch is almost finished. I just need an extra boost before moving on with the inking. And now let's ink! As I say in every video, inking is my favorite part of the process. This time in particular, I really enjoyed it because I was able to ink a manga character in a Western style, like for Marvel or DC characters. All Might is clearly inspired by American superheroes and I love drawing them. In fact, I started drawing in that very style even before manga, and maybe that's why I still use that style of inking with heavy blacks and a lot of details. It's very cool to see a character like All Might that blends these two styles, manga and Western comics, so perfectly, and it's also very funny to draw it. So, for the sketch I did a faster time-lapse so as not to make the video boring, while for the inking I sped up the video less so that those of you who are interested in seeing how I work can get a better look at the various steps and maybe take a cue from that. Then, if you appreciate this style of inking, I recommend watching the videos of David Finch, who I consider the best in this style and who opened a YouTube channel just a few years ago. He is one of my favorite artists for sure. Going back to my process, as you can see I start putting the heavier blacks to define the main shadows and then later add the details with cross-hatching. It's not a set rule, but I generally work in this order. And now it's evening and the daylight is fading. I will continue tomorrow. Next day! So yesterday I did most of the inking, so all I have to do now is add a few details and then move on to color. I don't want to add too much detail as usual because the color will be the protagonist, but I still prefer to detail the various shapes a little bit. As I finish the inking, I want to take a moment to remind you to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell if you like what you see. Also, leave a little like if you want. These things help me so much and are the only way to grow the channel and allow me to continue to produce this content. So, at this point I was a bit undecided on how to color the drawing, so I made 3 copies to do some tests and finally chose to use markers. Specifically, pro markers for the skin tones and Ohuhu for the rest. Let's go! I had a lot of fun coloring this drawing. For each color I selected about 3 markers so that I did not have a smooth gradient but a clear separation between shades, as is usually done in anime. Coloring for me is much faster than inking in detail as in the drawings I showed before, and I don't have much time in this period. This is also why I chose to color All Might rather than opt for black and white. But this is great in general because I still have to improve a lot with coloring. I feel that I have a lot less confidence compared to inking, and this is definitely a good opportunity to improve. While you see me coloring, I would like to tell you that you can see the entire collab on Instagram. Everyone did a great job and I am sure you will enjoy it. It seemed like a good time for us to do a collab like this since, as you know, the manga is finished in Japan. I honestly followed the releases of the volumes in Italy, so I haven't finished the story yet, but I'm very excited about the ending and I can't wait to read it. And you guys, have you finished reading it via scan or do you just follow the anime? Let me know in the comments. I am also curious to know what is your favorite character since there are so many in this manga. My favorite characters are probably Dabi, Shigaraki or Tokoyami. Honestly, it's hard to choose favorite characters because both from a design and a story perspective there are really so many possible choices, but I think that those 3 are the ones that struck me the most for some reason. I must say that I am very pleased with how the coloring turned out. I feel that drawing after drawing I refined the technique, although I still need to improve a lot. I think in general I will stay more focused on black and white. I want that to be my hallmark. But still, I will try to color whenever possible to improve and vary my content. Do you want more colored drawings on the channel, or do you like my black and white drawings more? I would like to hear your opinion about it. Also, if you have some suggestions or requests for future videos, feel free to write them in the comments. At this point the design is almost finished, but I didn't like the white background. I wanted to make it more like a poster. For this I thank a lot my friend Stefania, who helped me with the background digitally. I leave in the description her Insta profile so you can check her out. And this is the final result.